Jay's like,
hey guys, what's going on? We're here on the Conquer Athlete podcast with the man with the beard, Mr. Ryan Bucciantini.
Hello.
And Tyler Cooke.
Thank you. Thank you.
And myself.
Tyler's face looks like a smooth vagina.
Oh my God.
It does like that. This is 3 weeks. I hadn't shaved in 3 weeks.
I can't believe that was just said.
We just rolled right over it. I just blasted. That's fine.
We just rolled in from the worst intro in podcast history of any podcast ever done
to the worst topic of all time.
I'm just saying, like Ryan, I'm saying my intro was the worst intro ever given.
I know. I was making a face, giving you the benefit of the doubt. I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I felt it's very like non-climatic, just boring, blasé.
No, my early intros are way worse than that.
And then we went into talking about vaginas. It's interesting.
Yep.
It's interesting flow that we just had.
I mean, we're all married men with kids. I feel like we offer a unique perspective.
Very much so.
Have you guys seen the movie? Is it The Handmaid with Sydney Sweeney and The Handmaid? Is that what it's called? No, that's Handmaid's Tale.
The Housemaid.
The Housemaid. You guys see The Housemaid?
I have not. My wife read the books and then said the movie was great as well. And I said, well, surely I'll go do a little market research on Sydney Sweeney. But I have not yet gone and seen it.
Purely marketing research on Sydney Sweeney.
I have not gone and seen it yet.
I thought it was a great movie. I think everybody should watch The Housemaid. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. And the dude in it is a guy who was on one of the spinoffs from
Yellowstone, 1923.
That dude's a stud, man.
That dude's a stud.
That dude's a stud.
I like that guy a lot. Yeah.
I saw him looking at man, I might flip teams right now. He keeps fucking. I don't know. I don't know what I should I look at it? Should I not?
He might be the one.
I don't know what's happening.
He might be the one.
I'm like, damn, Josh, do I need to cut my hair like this now?
He's a stud. He's in a couple of movies lately. He's kind of hitting the hot spot.
He's hitting the hot spot.
I don't even know who this dude is.
No? Right. He was on with the spinoffs of Yellowstone. He was like a badass.
Well, there's a lot of dudes on Yellowstone.
No, spinoff.
This guy, if you saw it, you would remember. This guy.
What's his name? Or what's the show? Handmaids?
It's called The Housemaid.
Housemaid.
Yep. And it's the main dude. He's the main dude in that one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it had a great twist. I was not expecting that twist, right, Ty?
I haven't seen the movie. Well, no, I haven't seen the movie. I haven't done my market research yet. I've just been telling her that I'm going to.
I'm not going to lie.
Great.
I'll be honest.
The other actress outshined Sydney Sweeney big time. She totally outshined her. She
really?
was legit.
Well, I think she's been around a lot longer.
I don't know who it was, but she was legit. I like this girl totally outshined Sydney Sweeney this entire movie.
You're talking about. I don't know anything outside of Sydney Sweeney other than the epic memes when she got interviewed.
I didn't even see that one.
She got interviewed and she was like, is there anything you want to say about all the controversy about the Gene commercial?
The Gene stuff.
Is there anything you want to say to clarify? And she's like, well, if I had anything to say, I would just come out and say it. And it just turned into an epic meme series.
They tried to cancel her.
So someone fill me in because I don't pay attention to stuff like that. What was the big problem with her jeans commercial? I didn't know what was happening. All I know is she was did a jeans ad and it's everyone hated her.
No. To be fair, not everyone hated her.
No one. No one important.
I think a very small percentage of
the loudest people in the room.
Hated her.
The loudest people in the room, yeah.
The gist of it was that the ad itself, the premise behind the ad was that Sydney Sweeney's got good genes.
She's very pro.
She does.
It was talking about the jeans that she was wearing, and then everyone took it to say Sydney Sweeney's got good genes. She's blonde hair, blue eyed, we're talking about genetics.
That's my problem with the world. Genetically, she's an attractive woman. She has good genes, yes. But why do people have to make it a Nazi thing, blonde hair, blue eyes?
Well, I think it was more than just the white thing in general.
No, it's definitely what it was.
Yeah.
It's 100% what it was. Why? Because people have nothing better going on in their lives.
Michael B. Jordan's got great genes too.
Dude, what a stud that guy is. Talking about studs. Jeez.
Yeah, he was also grabbing kids'
everything he's
asses
in
the other day.
What's that?
He was grabbing kids' asses the other day.
No, it's Michael Jordan. Michael B. Jordan, the actor.
He's an actor, young guy. He played
Sinners. He was in Sinners.
Creed.
That new movie, Sinners, Creed, Black Panther.
He was Creed's son.
Damn, right?
Where do you guys get you out of the barn for all this?
We gotta get you out of the barn, bro.
We gotta get you out of the barn, big fella.
Just pop in some Z2, put on Prime Video, get a movie,
By the way, Sinners, excellent movie. I watched that on the way back from Cookeville last year, a 3-hour drive, and watched the whole thing. It was awesome.
What did I watch? Have you watched Sisu yet?
No, I saw the first one, not the second one.
I didn't even know there was a second
Sisu.
one.
What's that?
I didn't even know there was a second one.
The newest one is the second one.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty great.
Yeah, C2 is great. What did you see the first one or the second one? The newest one or the older one?
How old is the newest one?
Like this past year, I think.
Yeah, I think I watched that one.
You gotta watch the first one then.
Sweet.
First one's dope. Anything else before we get into something real?
Nope. Shout out to Dylan Roberts. He told me he's a big follower of the podcast. Sent me an episode a couple episodes back. Loyal listeners, shout out Dylan Roberts, number
Well, thanks,
1124.
Dylan.
Is that what
Thanks,
we do?
Dylan.
Are we gonna shout out listeners now if they?
We should. Yeah, I think they should. If they tell us, they give us their support and say, hey, man, listen to the pod. We should name drop them on the next episode.
We also have a Patreon account where if you'd like to make donations to the podcast, Tyler will take donations for live requests. So if there's anything you'd like to see from Tyler Cooke, please donate and
You
subscribe.
can donate pictures. You can donate pictures of your feet. Yeah,
we're gonna
pictures
put
of your
some
feet.
fine print on that. Yeah.
You know what? I think my addiction is like
To gum?
gum and breath mints. Like if I have gum or a thing of breath mints sitting in front of me, like
That's your second piece of gum. We've been on the podcast for 8 minutes.
it's my 10th today. I like
Bro,
I'll
that's wild.
chew it for like 30 seconds, spit out, grab another piece.
I mean, I get that if it's like bazooka or some cheap like bubble gum, but that's green extra gum you're throwing in there.
Bro,
Which,
two
by
pieces,
the way,
two
elite.
pieces minimum. 2 pieces minimum. You can't
Did
go
you used
one.
to smoke? You never smoked.
Never.
Well, most people that do something weird like that have like a history of like addiction to.
Or it's
Something in the mouth.
or the psycho killers.
It could be that too.
An addiction is something in my mouth. Is what
I didn't
you
like
just
the
said.
way I didn't like the way I said that.
I
didn't like
love
the way
how
it
that came
It
out.
wasn't.
Well, it's how it came
That's not
out.
what I meant. That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant, but it was how it came out. But you know what? I'll stand by it.
That I have an addiction to something in my mouth.
And now it's gum. So you're a changed man. Whatever it was before, it's no longer. Which is great.
I was gonna say something, but
You're flirting with the line, aren't you?
flirt with the line. Flirt with
Yep.
the line.
Yep.
And you were the one that
great.
said we
Love it.
couldn't flirt with the line.
No, we can flirt with the line. I just don't think we all should flirt. Like I feel like if you're a flirt with the line, then I'm just gonna stay behind it. You know, I
boys,
don't think we.
I'm gonna always be the one that's like on this side of the line. You know what I mean? Like always just
You sure about that? Because you let a couple
This
things
side of the
slip
line.
out when I'm like, eh.
yeah, but those are unintentional. Like the thing in your mouth. I was thinking like cigarettes, drug paraphernalia.
For all
but
the
you were
listeners out
talking
there, we have only deleted one podcast.
not aired,
and that
for the
was
record,
Tyler's
wasn't.
podcast. Yes,
no, it wasn't.
100%.
That was prior to me. That
You
was
got the-
right before
Ryan-
I got on.
Ryan, I had to. My first deletion of a podcast was from you.
Then second.
I have never had
Yeah,
one
second.
deleted.
I expect me. I 100%
That's what I said.
am ready for that. You definitely said something unintentional
I don't think so.
that got heavily redacted. We're
Yeah, I
like the
was like,
fucking
I
U.S.
gotta-
government right now,
Heavily
redacting
redacted
everything.
is fine.
I think Trump
That's
would have
fair.
deleted the podcast too.
That's
No,
bad.
dude. He's in it.
That's
He's
bad.
in it.
Trump was like, I don't know, Tyler can't say things like this.
They can't say this. D's listening to the pod. Can't have that.
All right, we got a hard stop at 20 minutes. What are we talking about? What's the topic?
Ryan,
Sure,
you was,
Tyler.
I texted him earlier.
You brought the topic.
Yeah, I think it's great. So it's open season. We're on week 2 of the open. Week 1 came out. Kind of a dud. It's all right. We did it. Everybody does it. It's great.
Why is it a dud?
It's just kind of boring.
Why?
You know what? It was okay. I don't know. I don't think it has to be all flash, but it was like, nah. To me, it was just a wall ball test. The jump overs really weren't either a separator or they fatigued a little bit, but not crazy. It was just a wall ball.
You know, I loved
capacity
it.
Workout was kind of boring.
You
Okay.
know
love
why I
it?
loved it?
No.
That's great.
Was this a workout from all the pushback from athletes that there was no squatting last year? Is Dave just like, okay, we
Maybe.
didn't squat enough. I'm
Watch
going to
this.
kick you in the dick.
Here's 250 wall balls.
You know what? I don't think Dave cares about that. I
I
really
don't
don't.
actually agree with that. Probably.
I don't think I could think Dave. I think Dave's the opposite, where he'd be like, you know what? Fuck it, we're not going to squat at all this open then. You know, I feel like that's the way I feel like that's the route he'd go. I actually love this workout for the first one because of just the simplicity. Everybody can do it. There's no limitation of skill. There's no limitation of weight. There's no bottlenecking. You know, like the 66 wall balls technically could be the bottleneck, but it's like, oh, can you suck it up and
It's still a
squat
wall
more
ball.
or not? It's like, it's a wall ball, right? perspective, 12 minutes, you can get so many people through this workout, right? Like
easy. Yep.
I don't know.
I'm fine with it.
I thought it was a great first workout.
No, don't backtrack, Tyler.
Yeah, don't backtrack.
Don't play that game.
I said hold on. Okay. I said it was a bit of a dud. I stand by that.
And that girl who crushed it.
One.
Who was that girl that crushed it? What was her name? Marion
Von War. Yep.
Oh my God, dude.
That was almost like a joke. Yeah. That was crazy.
Kudos to her.
Props to her.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Props to her.
You know what's cool about that workout? In my opinion, is like the multitude of strategies I saw that people still put up really respectable scores. Like, I think there was a gal on Think Tank that did 5s the whole way with just like diligent 3-second rest and was still in like
and never
the
stopped.
280s or something like that.
You know who's a king? Yep. You know who's a king of that? Tommy Hackenbrook.
What a throwback.
Tommy Hackenbrook. Back when it was him and Adrian Conway on you. There was a workout in the open, and it was like a shit ton of chest bar pull-ups, and like I think it was overhead squats or something. Tommy did singles on the chest bar pull-ups from the sound to go. And this is a dude who's a monster. He's the individual games athlete. He's the team games athlete. He's strong as hell. Youth football player from minute 0. One rep. He crushed it. Everyone on the team crushed it, right? I was like, man, this dude is the king of this. You know what? I do got to say, like, and I'm saying this in the most respectable way out there, ladies. Can we stop with these scaling numbers and options for the women all the time? I mean, like, they're better than guys in CrossFit, in my opinion. Females are fitter than guys. Sure. Females lift more weight in relationship, right? Body to weight comparisons to guys. I think they lift better than guys. They last longer in the sport. Man, I think overall the gymnastics is prettier. Like, I'm like, and having the women throw to a 9-foot target, I'm like, why? These girls are better than guys. Why are they throw to a 9-foot target? Like, they should be. And I'm not saying great for them that they could do it. My point is this, right? It's a level playing field. Every person's throwing to the same weight. I'm just saying, like, I want to see the girls do the same movements and weights as the guys and beat the guys, because I think they can. I think they can in a lot of it, right? And I think that'd be awesome to see. That was my point.
Do you think they should have one of those two scales, meaning the height or the weight, or do you think both?
I don't know. I guess this is me talking shit, but like if you look at like how far females have come in this sport from when we started with weights being lifted and movements and speeds, like they're ahead of guys in comparison, right? And I think we're gonna come to a point where they're doing the same weights as the guys on some of these workouts for the most part, right? Because I think they were there to do, and I'm saying in regards to like the open and stuff, like a workout like that, like why are you having them throw to a 9-foot wall target?
I think 9 feet is the joke. It changes the whole workout. Now, you're not, to your point, you're not competing against them, but you can mathematically add how much distance that we are traveling with that ball time-wise. The ball is in the air longer. Like, it does change the dynamic of that workout. Which, again, they're competing against the other women. I get it.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, for them, it's all equal. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what's the point of having them do that?
I agree with you on that.
All right, what was the question?
So the question is this. The question is not about the workout. The question is about the mentality, and as a coach, how do you instill in an athlete? Everybody says it from the mountaintops. The open doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's a point of people like that are not in the sport that the open is their Super Bowl, right? We have a guy at our gym who smashed the workout, called me up Saturday afternoon. By the way, shout out Dylan Roberts. He listened to the pod. But same guy called me. He's like, hey, I want to redo this thing. And he said, I know I probably shouldn't because who cares? But you get to compete at the games. He said, this is my Super Bowl. This is my season. And like, this is it. I said, dude, go redo it. That's awesome. He got 19 reps better and smashed it. Almost finished the workout.
It's great.
Oh, like, I think those people are fine. But the people that are competing in the sport, the open genuinely doesn't matter. If you're competing in the sport, then you're going to make it to quarters if you're individual. Teams are already there. Whatever. However, there's something magical about the open that as an athlete, when you put your name on the leaderboard, it does matter. And so, like, in your heart, you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm training through the open. Everybody says it. And then when the leaderboard goes live, you're like, coach, I suck. We haven't been doing the right things, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bro, we just said the open doesn't, you just said that. The open doesn't matter. And I've heard from literally people, high-level individual games athletes that have told their coach or whatever, they're like, the open doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden hey, my score was ass. I really want to redo. Can we? And the coach is like talking them off the ledge. Like, no, we're not. What are you talking about? It's going to wreck the week, blah, blah, blah. So I think there is something very interesting to get y'all's take on from a coach's perspective. I texted Ryan this topic earlier, and I said in parentheses, for the record, I did absolute ass in this workout. And I genuinely, at a place in my life, I can't care about it. I got way too much going on. with my work stuff and this and that. My kids love me still and like whatever. And it genuinely doesn't matter for me. However, like in the bottom of your pit, you're like, nah, I wish I did better. But there's some people that it actually bothers. And so my question for y'all is, all right, you're talking all this with your athletes. Hey, the open, we're going to do our best. We're going to use it as training, good train. But then we're moving on. It doesn't matter. How do you truly get through to them when they're in that peak of like, hey, it's Sunday night. I'm feeling terrible about my scores. I've heard my buddies. I know where they're at. Everybody's going to be looking me up tomorrow. How do you deal with that with an athlete, a younger athlete maybe, or an older athlete? It's been in for a while. How do you deal with that in the real world?
Well, I think if you care that much about public perception, you've already lost. Like if you're gonna let outside voices impact you that much, you've got a lot of work to do on the mental side. I think from an athlete perspective, what a lot of people aren't taking into account is how peaked some people actually are and what other people's competition season realistically looks like. So you have athletes now who, are coming off of WFP, coming off of Rogue, coming off of all of these big name competitions that they were relatively peaked for and then rolling into the open. They've kind of been in this like peak, maybe not like full on peak, but a relative high peak sustainment period rolling into the open where they're ready for that. We're like, you didn't do any of that. You had the games, then your training season up into this. So we are not in a peaking phase whatsoever. So it makes a lot of sense that like I'm hesitant to even use or describe it as behind the curve, but we just frankly haven't started really building to that level of intensity because it's like you holding on to that is unrealistic, like all the way up to the games. And like, that's not to say that anything is guaranteed. Like, I don't want to give off the impression that I'm like, oh, like you guys are going to make it and everything's guaranteed and like you're so much better or whatever. Like that's not realistic. But I do think athletes need to look at that. Like realistically, unless you're trying to get paid from the open, like what does it honestly matter from, like if you're trying to cash the checks, then yeah, then get after it, go for it, do it. But for you, I care way more about keeping you healthy than working you through these like micro peaks through the season and just like stick to the plan. And, from the feedback I've gotten from you of the athletes that are kind of chirping a little bit, they're the ones who haven't made it to the top level, a couple times. Like they haven't gone through the build enough times to follow the journey and stay comfortable in the path, knowing that all year we're not going to be at peak levels of fitness.
That's great.
Yeah, we can start there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take it from a different point of view. I think I love Ryan's point of view and I agree with him. I'm going to take it from the psychological point of view of people. And it's my belief that people who say, I don't care about this, I'm training through it, and then care about it, are utilizing that initial statement as a backdrop for failure. And they're afraid to lay it all out there because they're afraid that what if I'm not as good as I am, or what if I'm not where I am? Well, at least I told people that I don't care about it. Right? And I use it, I see that as a crutch for a fear of failure, and I see it as a crutch for a fear of true belief and a true lack of effort to back up the fact that they're not where they want to be at that point. That's how I view that. So when people say that and then they come back with worrying about where they're placing and this and that, I call them out on it all the time, because to me, it's like, that's something as an athlete that was always hammered into me growing up playing sports. Like, you don't do that. Like, if you're playing a team that sucks, you smash them until the coach takes you out. Like, you don't play to their level. You don't play down. You don't go into it with a different mindset or a weaker mindset, because that's going to make you inferior and that's going to put you in a position of failure. You have to attack everything. So you want to go into the open, go into the fucking open. And if you don't care about it, cool. Then don't care about it. But don't care about it. Give your best, train through it. Understand that your best that day, based on your training week, may not be what is technically your best, but it's your best for that day and where you're at. And accept that and understand it based on where you are, what your goals are, and how you're training. But if you want to, or give it your best and care about it and feel for it and have the emotional response and give it your all and if you don't come out where you come out or land where you land, Well, now you understand that, and you can go back to the drawing board and put the right pieces in place to get where you want to be, right? But to me, it's like when I hear that and I see that, I'm just like, you're just afraid of failure. Like you're afraid of not being where you are, false expectation. Like I don't care if people don't care about it and they train through it. Great. Like if that's your path and that's your goal, fantastic. I don't care if people only train for it and that's the number one goal. Great. That's fucking great for you. Then you go fucking do that and you care about it. What I care about is people who leave room for poor performance to have a backfall on, as opposed to just owning up to their own shit and taking responsibility. And that responsibility might just be, I'm just not fucking good yet, right? Or I'm not where I need to be yet. Own your shit, take full responsibility for it, and be where you are. And then keep moving forward from it, right? And I guess that's my approach to that saying.
Yeah, I think the Open is it's more about effort than it is anything. Like, with every athlete going into competition season, I care more about the effort put forth on the leaderboard than I do the actual score. Like if you went balls out and you gave it everything, I think that's a huge win, even if it didn't translate to the leaderboard. That I think is relatively more important than whatever score you post, especially if you're an advanced athlete or someone with aspirations of the next couple levels. It's like, are we locked in to game day? Are we ready to perform? Are we ready to get something known and unknowable and then go out and execute? That tells me more of where that athlete's at than whatever shows up on the leaderboard, knowing that we're going to have the opportunity to continue to layer on more fitness as we go. I think that's like, people get lost in that. Like, stop beating yourself up over some arbitrary workout, especially week one. What does that say about you as an athlete? I think I'm going to say this very generously, most CrossFitters are weak as fuck mentally. Like, if you are this in your head after one workout and you want to quit and you want to give up and why are we doing this and I suck and da 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 da, what does that say to your ability to work through adversity or anything like that when shit actually gets hard? Like, these are ideal situations. You're in a gym with your friends, probably with your music, people cheering you on. When you don't have that and it doesn't go well, how the fuck are you going to perform?
Yeah. No, I agree with a lot of that. I think the CrossFit is the hardest sport. It's the hardest sport to program for because you don't know what's happening, right? You don't know the workouts, you don't know the parameters, you don't know the limiters. So as coaches, we have to take previous data, previous information, assess it with the limiters of the athlete, and then build upon that as best we can. Something might come out that, based around what the focus and training of, affects the limiter that was maybe overseen, not seen, or just wasn't prepared enough because you had to do other stuff to build them where they are, right? And to me, that's what makes the Open such a great test, and the Open season such a great test, is because it's always going to be different. And you have so it is almost 100% impossible to be 100% ready for it, in my opinion, because of that. You don't know what it is. You don't know the time, intensity, duration, workouts, movements, etc. And even when you do know them, you have maybe a few weeks to prepare for it, right? You're not really changing any limiter. You're just building resilience and better pacing strategy, if you want me to be completely honest with you, right? So it's very challenging. People lose sight of that. And people think like, oh, just because it's working out with a barbell and gymnastics, I should be able to always do a certain thing. It's like, no, like biomechanically and biochemically speaking, like things are going to be different based around stressors and food and hydration and all the other things we talk about. And people forget about that. And like Ryan was saying, the mindset of it, like you have to know you're going to take bumps. Things aren't going to go as planned, just like in any other sport you do. And it's like how you can respond from that. And to me, that's what separates the good from the greats. And the people that are able to enjoy and keep going on is like they can take the bumps and reassess and not think it's in the world and they suck and they're a bad person in life. Because that's just going to pull everything out. Like one of my athletes, our whole purpose of Ryan and Tyler, our whole purpose of this Open is to learn how to compete from a mindset perspective. It's like, we don't care where she places, I don't care what happens. Her job is to be able to give every workout her best effort, not beat herself up and not stress out. All right? And then that's a success. Because I was telling you, when we can do that, then your ability to compete in whatever your goal is, whether it's a local competition or an online competition, is going to dramatically increase your ability to be successful because now you've strengthened up the part that can deter you the most, which is your mindset. right? I think people need to, like Ryan said, people need to understand that and conceptualize what that means for them.
You can
I think
just
that's
see
what's
the people who have dedicated the time to developing a growth mindset. It's so clear when week 1 of the Open is done, who has either done that work or who hasn't done that work. And going back to my example, like if you're like, I want to quit, I'm terrible, how am I going to do this? Da, 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 da. You need to go back in the off season, completely reevaluate your mindset strategy going into it, or dedicate some time to it if you haven't been doing any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're never going to survive in this sport. It's always going to find a way to crush you, no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
It always is. So you have to be prepared to deal with adversity and then turn it into some sort of positive response to grow from, to become a better athlete.
Yep.
Sorry, Ty.
I mean, I think everything you're talking about is all on the mental side, and using this as a tool, like you said, Jay, is like that should be the whole point of it. It's actually not testing your fitness, because we don't know where we're at in that fitness in your season, right? But using it as a tool for, to me, that's what's great about the Open, is that everybody cares. On some level, the Open comes, and at tomorrow at 3:00, we're all going to be sitting here watching Dave online, drawing a box, right? We're all fired up about it. It's like, oh, what's next? Oh, it's wall balls and box jump overs. Like it's cool. It's awesome. That's what is great about it. We should call that what it is. It's awesome. And then the cool part is, if you go in exactly like you said with your athlete, Jay, is like, hey guys, this is a mental exercise. Don't care about what the score is, because we haven't been training for this, whatever, but you can still knock it out of the park from a mental standpoint. Build a strategy, go nail the strategy, get done, feel good about the effort. Don't worry about the actual score, because you're not trained and physically necessarily ready for it. But mentally, you can check off you can be mentally sharp 365, right? Like that's something we can be sharp at. I don't know that people put enough emphasis on that. I really don't. I mean, Ryan, you and I have talked about that more than we've talked about actual physical limiters, is how we approach all kinds of things. Even team training weekends, you and I have talked about, like, hey, this is what I want your focus on. Hell, I called you after the Open this past week, on Friday afternoon. You're like, hey, how'd it go? We started talking. I was like, well, this and that. And you said, cool. What I want you to start making note of, everything, obviously the Open, but even team training, is what are you feeling? How are you feeling in it? How are you feeling afterwards? Because then we can start to refine our approach as we're going, based on what your mindset is coming out of these things. And so, like, again, literally our conversation was not about strategy reps, where the wall balls hurt, this and that. How'd you hold the wall ball? None of that. It was like, hey, how'd you feel? Great.
Yeah.
We'll note that, make notes of that. We're always sharpening that. I'm not sure everybody's doing that with their coach and with their athlete, of like, hey, especially in this setting where, like, it genuinely doesn't matter how you act. Let's say you win the Open. Great. You got paid. That means nothing for the next phase. So I think that's kind of a cool spot that we're actually having those conversations, because I think it sharpens the tools for later.
Yeah. I mean, even to your point, like, I didn't even care about that. Like, you sent me a training video of failing a dumbbell clean and jerk or something. And
whoa. Some context, please.
50-pound dumbbell too.
It was a 100-pound dumbbell, for God's sakes. Can we get some context?
Yeah, I'm going to give you context. And the only thing I commented on was how you put the dumbbell down and what you said after the fact. Like, you yelling out fuck after that. Like, that is realistically what I'm at and what I care about. If you're supposed to be the leader of a team, you can't respond like that. And those are the things I would encourage other coaches to keep an eye out for. And in closing, because I know you guys got to go, the Open is an opportunity for coaches to reevaluate your relationships with your athletes. If your athletes have this much animosity and have this kind of like anti-growth mindset, it is an opportunity to, one, help them develop it, but also to ask them why they don't trust the plan. Ask them why, like, where these concerns are coming from, because maybe you haven't explained to them the long-term plan of the Open and what we're realistically doing, or, you know, what the plan is moving forward throughout this. Because when there isn't that trust, it's easy to start to make those excuses of, what are we doing? Is what we're doing working? Is, you know, am I on the right path to meet the goal that I want to meet?
Yep.
So it's not just on the athlete. I think coaches have some work on their side to bridge that relationship.
Beautiful. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. Tyler's got to go. It's 3:01, right, Tyler?
I got to go work on this 100-pound dumbbell. It slipped off my shoulder when it landed. That's why when it came up, it slipped
He's
backwards
so
kind of. Just a little context. That's all I'm asking for. See you guys next week.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the Cog Riley podcast. As always, check out the Coach RX Podcast Network. We have a ton of great coaches with amazing podcasts to get some great information. Check out Cog Riley. If you guys are a coach out there and you're looking to up your level as a coach, take your game to the next level, understand the principles of strength and conditioning, how they relate to various sports, and how to write lasting, long programs that drive the proper adaptation for your athletes. You check out the Crocker Athlete Coaching Mentorship. The next cohort is starting up April 8th. Get a message with Ryan or myself. We'll make sure that you understand it and get you in, get you signed up, and get you ready to take over the world as one of the greatest coaches alive. Athletes out there, if you were looking for a coach to listen and properly develop your program, give you feedback, and also not just put you on some bullshit template that they pawn off as being an individualized design program, and also stick to truly coaching, giving you feedback, then you need to get with Conquer Athlete. Give us a call, get on a message, and we'll walk you through how our program is truly individualized and not a cookie cutter template that 800 other people have. Hope you enjoyed the show. Talk to you guys next week.